Oh, okay.
It's coming. Welcome in to another edition of the Cavalier Connection. Is Jack jumping in, or what are we doing here, Jack?
I could jump in. I didn't know if you wanted me to be in or not.
No, we do. You were taking too long, so we were going to get started. And when you get
responsibilities.
We got an audience that's clamoring to talk Virginia basketball right now.
I know it.
Get us your
I know
questions, what you liked, what you didn't like.
I know.
Top it up.
Excited.
Yeah, I mean, Virginia.
Glad to have local celebrity.
Virginia's back. They won 74-56. We're looking like we could be heading to the tournament this year. Well, maybe we get in the top 15 ACC tournament. We'll see. But there's nothing like Boston College to make you look good. Because, gosh, man, that Boston College team is rough. 74-56, the Hoos beat Boston College tonight. Before we get started, do want to talk real quick. You know, Jay, I know it's already snowing outside my house right now. It's sticking to the ground. It's full of brutally cold weather. This week is ridiculously cold. And not only, Jay, should you be dripping your faucets at night to avoid a pipe burst, I would represent the Hoos with a nice cozy knit hat, a warm hoodie, or a jacket from where, Jack? I mean, Jay or Jack. Where would you get that from?
Mincers.
I'm following Jack's lead on that other show. Mincers.
Mincers.com.
Of well-designed and high-quality apparel and hats, including this one. This hat I'm currently wearing. So, Jay,
outstanding.
I may have told you, but I had the opportunity to slide on into Mincers at the corner this past weekend. I picked up this sweet hat along with some other swag, and as a good friend would do, I didn't forget you.
Santa, we need to be wearing your Santa Who hat if you got me
as
something.
A good father. I know. As a good father would do. I didn't forget Jack either. I may have a little swag for the two of you as well.
I appreciate that.
But if you're going to Mincers at the corner like I did, or in the Stonefield Shopping Center, how's that parking at Stonefield, Jay?
Oh man, it's wide open.
Wide open and free. You know, if you're heading in, don't forget to check out their orange tag sales. They got the rack outside in the front. They got the inside the store. Orange tag deals all over. New deals each week and something for everyone. You can also get those sales on Mincers.com. Check out why Mincers has been UVA's go-to for sportswear for over 75 years. Go Hoos. So Virginia tonight comes in, or Boston College comes in, and Virginia wins 74-56. Now both teams are 9-10 overall. And Virginia is 2-6 in the ACC and has passed Boston College. Any initial thoughts tonight, Jay?
Well, yeah, I think it's just overall just the best performance we've seen from this team in quite some time. You know, if you look at the stats, we shot 52% from the floor, made 11 three-pointers on 20 attempts, shot free throws well, 11 out of 14 at the line. And for once, and God knows I don't know how long, we actually out-rebounded a team 30-23 on the board. So when you do that, you're going to have a lot of success. You know, when the ball goes in the hoop, it's pretty easy to look good. You know, I mean, we scored 74 And I don't think we really played at a greater pace, particularly. I mean, we still played pretty slow, in my opinion. But when the shots are falling, man, and Boston College is probably the worst team I've watched in a while. I mean, at least of a Power 4 team. It's the worst Power 4 team I've watched in quite some time.
And they've won an ACC game too.
Yeah, I haven't seen Miami play yet. I know they're bad. So maybe they beat Miami. I don't even know who they beat in the ACC. I'd have to go look.
They beat Miami 78-68.
Yeah. So, but it is what it is. Got a comment there. What is it? Didn't like the line swaps. Love the effort on defense. Statistically, defensively, we still gave up 47% shooting, which is way too high if you're Virginia. You want to keep them under 40% shooting. But we did hold them to 27% from three, only gave up 4 3-pointers. And like I said, we own the boards. So, good to do that for once. But still way too high a percentage.
Elijah Saunders. So, all right. I know Donald Hand Jr. got ejected.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like 45 seconds later, Elijah Saunders got ejected. And I just really didn't even catch the play. And once I saw them going for review, I was like, they're probably going to eject him just because they just ejected Hand. Did it look like it was something he should be ejected for?
If you hadn't ejected Hand, I would say probably not. What do you think, Jack?
I'd say if they didn't eject Hand, I'd say a flagrant one at least a flagrant one, especially if they ejected Hand, absolutely an ejection. Because I got to be honest, Hand didn't deserve to be ejected. Maybe a flagrant one, if that. But I think Saunders was worse than Hand's foul.
Right, I would.
I was going to ask about Hands. Did y'all think Hands should be ejected?
No.
I did not.
I don't even know if he made full contact with Rhodey's face when he kind of swung. Now, with that being said, you can't go and push somebody completely out of bounds for 5 seconds or however long he was holding him there. So,
did he do that to Rhodey because of something Jay said last year about Rhodey? Did Jay pay Donald Hand to do something?
Oh God!
I gotta tell you,
yeah, we have sponsors and we're trying to get more now. We can't be saying stuff like that.
Rhodey was balling. I
gotta tell you, Rhodey's one of my favorite players on the team.
Rhodey's done well this year. He's done well
compared to everybody else.
Rhodey could be a nice piece on a team if he doesn't have to be what he is on this team, which is one of the best players. You can't rely on him. Tonight he was near perfect. 16 points, 6 assists, 4 boards. Only missed 1 shot from the floor all game. Was a leader out there. But, he's Jekyll and Hyde, man. You don't know which one you're going to get. And when it goes bad, it goes real bad.
We do have to remember, Rhodey is just a sophomore. And so there is room.
He's a third-year player.
But he's still got 2 years of eligibility left, right?
I'm not sure about
I'm
that.
checking that out right now.
Because he played for St. Thomas.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
He's a junior.
Okay. But either way, we'll still call him a sophomore because I know eligibility, no, but
playing big boy basketball.
Correct. So the improvement from last year to this year has been quite a bit. So if he could continue to improve, he's come a long ways for me. McNeely was like lights out. That's the McNeely we need, of course. He's been Jekyll and Hyde this year too.
Oh yeah, and the problem is it's not Jekyll and Hyde based. Some of it is Jekyll and Hyde based on them, but a lot of it's Jekyll and Hyde based on who they're playing and who's guarding them. When they get those guys that are a little bit bigger than them and definitely more athletic, they turn the ball over and they can't get open, and the offense struggles even more than it does at other times. But athleticism kills this team. And tonight, you saw what they could do when, Boston College, just an average team, didn't have any super
one of the most
guys
unathletic teams you'll face.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Well, McNeely though, he's last like SMU game. I mean, yes, it does depend on who's guarding and you know that whole deal, but I mean he'll just if you bang him a little bit early in the game, he can't hit crap. And like that SMU game, I mean wide open threes.
Oh, he had a bunch of wide open.
He's got air balls.
Yeah.
No,
He was shook or he was injured. One of the two. Maybe both.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Shift God 13 also is asking, how do you guys feel about going into zone when we play teams with higher caliber? You want to answer that, or you want?
I think you got to consider it because we can't play man. So if you can't play man, you got to play zone. I think we need to do more of that. Yeah. I think Ron's being a little bit stubborn. Tony though last year I think went zone a couple times when things were just really going badly. Because you got to try something different when your man defense is just getting destroyed. You got to do something different. I would come out of the gate in a zone against your Dukes and your Carolinas and some of your better teams because one, they're not going to be looking for it out of the gate, so you might stay in the game a little bit longer. But two, it's just something that teams won't be prepared for, at all really when you're facing Virginia.
Sanchez went zone. Was it against SMU?
I think he went zone in one of the games we were getting blown out.
I got it right here. Hold on. I think we did it again our last game against Louisville, but we also did it. It was a Stanford game, I think.
Yeah, Stanford. We definitely went zone against Stanford.
That's right. Well, yeah. So we get a win tonight. We come in on Saturday. We play Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
And then we got go to Miami on January 29th.
I mean,
we got Virginia Tech at home. We could peel off 3 in a row here. And next thing you know, we're looking at ACC tournament bound.
Yeah, I think it's really important when you look at those upcoming games to build momentum. Listen, I'm not sitting here saying, make the NCAA. No, it's important to win these games for recruiting purposes, as far as just being a fan in general. You need to win these basketball games. And to build a little bit of momentum on the season, to at least end it on a high, you should beat Notre Dame, no problem. We shouldn't have any issues with Miami. I'm going to say right now, if we lose to Miami, then everybody's going to check out. Nobody cares anymore. Virginia Tech is not a good basketball team. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask, what do you think about Sanchez?
I don't think Sanchez is going to be I don't think he should be the coach. I'll put it that way. I don't think he should be the coach after this season. But, I mean, you shouldn't have an issue against Virginia Tech, but we will because it's a rivalry game and we always do. I mean, it's at home. It's not like we're going to Castle. That should be a win. Pitt's a big one. We might struggle at Pitt. We'll see.
For 1 second, Jack, and say that none of these games, almost outside of Boston College, I'm going to say none of these games should be wins. I'm going to say they could be wins.
Miami is a should be win. Miami is terrible.
At Miami on the road, I mean, should be. I hesitate with this team. Past Virginia team, sure, should be. I don't know about this team. I'd like to think it's a should be, but we'll have to see how it plays out. And certainly Virginia Tech, I don't care where we play them.
Yeah, no, I get that. But yeah, I think you got to build a little bit of momentum. Now you got Notre Dame, Miami, Virginia Tech. All 3 of those games are winnable, in my opinion, no matter what. Notre Dame has looked awful. Miami has looked like the worst team in the ACC, one of the worst Power 4 teams in the country, because even Boston College beat them. And Virginia Tech has looked terrible. They've picked up a couple of charity wins themselves. But I mean, I think they have more ACC wins than we do, come to think of it. But
they won the back half. They won at Cal.
I saw that. And they won. I think they won. I'm going to check that out really
They beat NC State at home.
That's right. I think they have at least 2. Yeah, they got they're 3 and 4 in ACC play.
So let's talk about the schedule. We need to win those 3 because let's talk about the schedule after Virginia Tech. At Pitt.
Tough.
Georgia Tech at home, at Virginia Tech. Then we play Duke at home, at North Carolina. And we're at Wake. Clemson at home, Florida State at home, at Syracuse. there's a stretch there where, the wheels.
There's probably about 4 more wins on the schedule. If playing them all out, percentages of win. Hey, probably.
If
I'd
you
say
win four more,
four
if you
more
win, if you win 4 more games, is that going to get you in the ACC tournament?
I'd say yes. That would get you to 6 wins.
So
You only have to be in the top 15.
Right. What's crazy is last year we're sitting here and we're saying now, if we win these 5 more games, does that get us in the dance?
Yeah.
This year, if we win 4 more games, do we get in the ACC tournament? And 4 more wins will put us, if we won 4 more, let's say 4 more, we're 9-10. That puts us at 13 and God knows.
13 and what, 17?
2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 13 and 18. 13 and 18. I just, that's rough.
That's real rough. Hopefully they
I tell you what's not rough, Jay. Can I tell you what's not rough?
What's not rough?
The quality of this orange Virginia hat. When I went into Mensa's this past weekend, I was trying to find a good hat, and I seen the hat you have too. And
I love the one, Jay. I think that's my favorite.
I can't get the same hat as Jay, but I don't have an orange Virginia hat, and so I was like, well, I kind of want an orange one. But when you're in Mensa's, if you want to get a hat, any Virginia hat you could possibly dream of, they got it.
Yeah,
it's unreal. I swear it's like 200 hats on the wall in there.
Yeah, they got them.
It's actually a hair overwhelming. I'm walking through. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do here? But big win for the Who's tonight. Big one for the Who's. A big night for the Cavalier Connection. Jack joined us, and so that's a rarity for us.
Yeah, glad to have just local celebrity Jack Lowe on the show from the Morning Drive with Johnny D.
That should be
Sport Radio.
That should be an illegal term, local celebrity, because that's not the case. I'm a Cavalier Connection co-host, not a local.
When I heard Jay say local celebrity, I thought he was talking about me, but I guess not.
Yeah, he don't care about you.
Celebrity about me,
Jack. I know I told Jeff, but did you happen to watch Ball Hawks live?
I saw the little bit, yeah.
Mm. Did you see his shout out to us?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that awesome?
It's pretty nice. Yeah.
Shout out to Ball Hawk. We love you, and we appreciate you, man. That just made my day hearing
all the love that you guys have been getting have been great. Him, Two Guard, and everything's been great.
Yeah. We got a good guest coming up on Thursday this week. Jack, have you heard about the guest Thursday?
Is it what I saw DMing today?
I think so, yeah.
The football player?
Say again?
The football player?
It is a football player, former football player at Virginia.
That's right, yep. That's a great
linebacker
guest.
Nick Jackson going to join the show. It'll be released on Friday. We'll interview him Thursday evening.
What could have been. He was a great
outstanding player from all accounts, outstanding young man. But he played for Bronco. He played for Coachella. He played for Kirk Ferentz, who will be a Hall of Famer when he decides to stop coaching. So be interesting to talk to him about all his experience and getting ready for the upcoming NFL draft. So looking forward to that one.
Also, real quick, folks, big pickup for the Who's today. Football team.
Oh, yeah. Ohio State guy.
If you tune in to our interview with Lowe Davis, if you did not tune in, go watch. He told us this was coming. There were no names. He told us players who played in the playoffs
and are still playing.
Were in the playoffs, still playing. We had an in for. And he was looking at us potentially getting 2 to 3 of these guys. And the national title game was last night. And doggone it, this morning, it was about 11 o'clock. My phone went off, alerting me that we had gotten the first one right from Ohio State linebacker.
Yep.
And
Mitchell Melton, kind of an edge rush, hybrid linebacker DN.
Played last night.
Yeah, yep, played last night, and we're gonna have a not an interview, but we're going to have a breakdown of him from the Ohio State podcast coming out. I don't know if that'll come out tonight or if it'll come out tomorrow, but real soon. And that'll be out for everybody to get Ohio State's insight into Mitchell Melton. And also a corner. Let me look his name up real quick. Calvin Simpson Hunt from Ohio State entered the portal this evening, and he was a player. And so be on the lookout. I'm just saying, because there's only so many guys from those two teams that are entering the portal, and we know Lowe said we're on 2 or 3 to maybe even 4. Calvin Simpson Hunt, I don't know. I've not heard anything, and we're not insiders. But if I was a gambling man, he's been in touch with the Virginia coaches. Position of need and high caliber player.
Yep. The shift guy just had said huge pickup, and hopefully we can get some defensive back depth. And we definitely do need.
He would be a great piece to add. He would come in and probably start right away, obviously, coming off that championship win.
Well, we got Larry Fisherman. Oh, Jack, go ahead and hit that again. What's up, guys? Glad to be back in the W column. Start to finish, probably our best game all year. Was worried about how we would respond after the SMU heartbreaker. Glad McNeely got it rolling again. I agree.
All of that's true. And yeah, I mean, the guys, one thing I'll say is the guys don't quit on Ron.
They love him.
They play hard for him. There doesn't appear to be any stuff going on like between teammates. They all seem to like each other. I've read Two Guards posts where he talks about, there seems to be a genuine like for each other on this team. Whether guys stick around once the season's over or not, that's a different story. But
they play hard for Ron.
Yeah,
they like Ron. Ron likes them, and I kind of like seeing Ron still getting after them once the game was long over. It shows that he does truly care about the team. He's not just standing Ron Rivera style the entire game, nothing to say. But I mean, they do love it, and I agree. It's so good that they respond, because obviously, I mean, that Saturday game. I mean, I didn't even watch the second half; it was so bad, but to be able to come back home and have a performance like that, yeah, it's against a bad Boston College team, a very bad Boston College team, but sometimes you just need that performance. You need a get-right performance. Like, hey, let's get right. We have ourselves a somewhat manageable schedule over the next few weeks. Let's pick up a couple wins, and before you know it, you might get yourself a middle-of-the-pack ACC bid.
Yeah, you're just looking to get to the tournament and see what you can make happen. But honestly, yeah, if this team made it
and beat Virginia Tech,
beat Tech, pick up. It'd be nice if they could add a signature win that you could look at and say, "Hey, this."
And I think they will. I might be crazy for saying that. I think
we're not beating Duke.
I think
if
Pitt
you call
could be
Carolina a signature win, we'd have to beat them on the road. So I don't think that's happening.
And we only play them on the road this year. We don't get them at home.
Right.
But we get Pitt on the road. Could be a big win.
Villanova is our most signature win.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, but games at the beginning of the season don't have much meaning, though. It's just you don't remember them at the beginning of the season. You remember them towards the end.
And here's the thing:
when they're
you know what I mean.
When they're looking up like resumes, when they're showing resumes at the tournament and Villanova's on the bubble, Virginia's going to be on the bad loss side.
Yeah,
because we're not we're a bad team. If you're trying to make the tournament, you do not want to have a loss to us.
We play the spoiler this year.
But
yeah, I think they can compete with Pitt.
It was good to see consistency. Robinson got in early tonight, about the 12-minute mark, so that was good to see. Tane didn't get in until late. TJ Power, I'll say, would probably be my one downer in this game.
Oh God,
he just looks lost on the court. I feel bad for him. Highly touted, highly recruited, but just tough, man. I feel bad for the kid. He's just not getting it done.
Larry says, "How unfortunate is that, Jay? That is Jay with the laughing emojis."
I laughed a lot when I looked at that pass or shot, or it looked like TJ Power was like the 8-year-old at the Y who was just happy to touch it, and they just threw it up. I don't know.
Before we came on the air, I had a comparison of a player from church league days, and I'm not going to say any names, but
I can only imagine.
Game,
there's only so many options popping up in my head.
The only thing I'll say is the crew might when we have every once in a while, if we had about a 10, 15 point lead, we make some foul shots and some keys would start coming out. And then this person would go to the scores table and check into the game.
There's only so many options that are popping up in my head right now.
You don't, and I can tell you, Jack, you don't know this person. But,
really?
But
it's such a small world.
Yeah. So I know the last thing I was going to mention. You brought up Robinson, and I'm thrilled to see him playing, and I think his minutes are going to be on the uptick just from things I'm reading. I can definitely see why some of his minutes have been down. His defense, man, I mean, they rolled around him a few times tonight. I expected a little bit better. I mean, that's Boston College doing that, but
right. 4 points, 4 boards, 2 assists.
But the only way
he only got 7 points on 2 of 8 shooting. But I like the confidence with which he shot the ball.
And I like the stuff off the stat sheet too, the screens and the
Kofi only 2 points again. Gosh, he's really struggled lately too.
That was the first basket of the game.
Yeah, it was. He had a little shot in the paint.
Yeah, he's struggled lately. I don't know if it's a freshman wall or
looks like a confidence
style of play or what, but so much talent there. You just hope that he can get it together,
and I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will.
Well, all right. Well,
anything else to say, boys?
What was that?
I said, anything else to talk about with this one?
Nope.
No, my biggest win from it was that the guys played with energy. They didn't back down. They didn't give up on the season tonight. You saw Buchanan dunking. Everybody was all over the place, hustling up and down the floor, hustling on defense. They're not giving up, and that's what you like to see out of a game like this.
All right,
easy to
Saturday.
Yeah,
this is an easier one.
Yeah.
Saturday we play Notre Dame. We will be releasing a video probably tomorrow with a little preview of our newest linebacker out of Ohio State. And then, like Jay said, we're interviewing Nick Jackson on Thursday. We'll release that on Friday. And then that'll take us into our Notre Dame game on Saturday. Who's win tonight? We haven't been able to say that too many times this year. And so we got to enjoy it while we can. We'll see you guys later in the week. Have a great evening and go Hoos.
Go Hoos.
Go Hoos.